Well, the wind.
Who's pitching for you?
I don't know.
Did they not give us that?
I'm wondering if it's Siler as the flex, because they can play any position defensively.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, thanks. Appreciate it. Okay, well, it looks like we got two, whoever that is. Walter, you know what? Looks like she's going to pitch.
We'll see, though.
Rainy today, and I'm at a softball
But she's over here, too, so she could just be already warmed up.
yeah.
Because they have number 2 here. Or no. Is the so flex can either hit or do one, and then designated player can only play defense. I think that's how it works.
I did a few college softball games this past week.
Yeah, for sure. Thank you. And
It's one of those deals where I haven't done it in so long I forgot which one is offense and defense and which one's only defense.
Oh yeah, I don't know why they do it like this, but it is what it is.
Do we have any tape?
A what?
Tape? I'm going to talk to the trainer, see if we can get a piece of tape for our microphones.
I kind of do, but I kind of don't. I don't have recycling. The freeze is going to be a lifesaver. Yeah. Brenda, I had to take my air conditioning sweater off. It's so cold sitting in the house. I know, it was cold in the office today. I had a sweater that was like on the door. Yeah. And then I'll go outside and I'll sit in the sun. Direct sun. Sit in the wind. And I'm like, hot. Okay, bet it back in. Ready for the next. Even I was sitting on the deck like around noon. I'm a guy. A little bit chilled. Yeah. But I didn't know if it was just because it's so sticky that it was like.
See if you can hear me. Can you hear it okay? Right.
Well, mighty fine good evening and good afternoon to everyone. Welcome to Pamela Park. John Sands and Matt Harrington here for Edina Sports Live. It is a sports hub here, and we're proud to bring this softball game to you on senior night. It's Eden Prairie versus Edina. Let's bring in Matt Harrington and Matt. We both kind of haven't seen much of these teams, but it should be a good one, as it usually is with the Lake Conference when they do battle with each other.
Yeah, absolutely, John. And you talk about Edina, Eden Prairie, of course, big rivals with each other. It doesn't matter the sport, whether it's hockey, baseball, softball, you name it. They love this rivalry here, and I'm excited for what should be a good contest here this afternoon.
I mean, just looking here at the starting lineup, it looks like it's going to be projected, obviously based on the starting lineup for Edina, it's going to be Genevieve Osvik on the mound. She's 4-8 this year, a 4.77 ERA, 83 2/3 innings. Has a pretty decent strikeout to walk ratio, which is what you like to see to be able to go deep for your starting pitcher.
Certainly. She has 64 strikeouts on the year, 32 walks in 83 innings pitched, so pretty solid numbers. And she has kind of been the workhorse for this Edina staff so far this year. Again, you mentioned the 4 wins. That's the most on the team by quite a large margin. So in a game like this, they're 5-14, but she does have 4 of their 5 wins on the season. So got a good pitcher in the circle here today.
I mean, the weird part when you look at it, you'd assume Edina good at home, but when you look at the records, it's the opposite. Edina's 2-5 at home, so they've had 3 road wins this year.
Yeah, and anytime you can play good on the road, that really helps your overall cause. But as you mentioned, hasn't been a terrific season for them by any means, but 2-5 at home, and they'll try and hope to add the 3rd win here today.
All right, now let's turn it over to the field for the starting lineups. All right, and here we go off. We're getting ready for first pitch here. The teams are going to take their field. A little different combination out of Eden Prairie than what you would normally come to expect when you see the red, black, and white. It's that like gunmetal gray,
Yeah,
with black and red numbering with that big white number in the middle of the outline is that black and red, it looks like, almost a two-tone number outline there.
Yeah, a little bit different from some of the other sports that we've seen, John. And with hockey, they like to go with those red jerseys quite frequently. But yeah, the gray uniforms here on the road today for Eden Prairie, and then for Edina, of course, in the home white. So yeah, there's your little preview of your jersey matchup.
But as you mentioned, though, it's the traditional colors that you would expect to see from Edina. It's not like a white and like a camo-ish color. It's just a white, green, and yellow, the traditional, typical Hornet standout colors that you see when you come to expect Edina coming to your town.
Certainly, and good-looking set of uniforms, certainly, and we'll see what we get here from both of these teams today. And I'm looking forward to it, John. It should be a fun afternoon of some softball.
Now, the last time these two teams met, they met up in Miller Park. It was a 5-2 win for Eden Prairie, one of their lone wins this year. So Edina maybe on senior night here looking to brush off a little demons from the past and get a little revenge on their Lake Conference rival here.
Yeah, certainly. And again, we talked about how important that rivalry aspect is anytime you get a Lake Conference game, and especially these two teams, which are usually at the top of the Lake Conference for sports. So it's certainly an added factor here today.
All right, it's going to be Annika Lang here, the first baseman, doing battle against Genevieve Osick for Edina. And here comes the pitch. Going to pull it back for a ball, take the lead in the count, 1-0 now.
A good patience at the plate already from Lang, and see what she does here with a 1-0 count.
Second pitch on its way inside, taken for a ball.
Two pitches in the dirt to start here, John.
You got to wonder if she'll go to that rise ball now and try to get her chasing maybe a little bit, try to get something back in this count here. And the pitch. Over there for a strike. There's the first strike of the game.
It's a good pitch to come back with after falling behind 2-0. Right down the heart of the plate.
2 balls, 1 strike. Here comes the pitch from Osick onto Lang, and the pitch inside, taken for a ball. Now make it 3-1.
If you're laying at the plate here, John, you're going to want to make the pitcher earn it here. So don't be surprised if she maybe takes another pitch here in the spot.
And especially the leadoff hitter, you wanted to try to really make the starting pitcher, Osick, work. There's a pitch down low, and she gets a walk out of it.
Great eyes at the plate to draw the walk there, and all 4 of those balls were in the dirt, and so that's something to keep an eye on as we go throughout this game.
All right, that's going to bring up Prairie Wolf. Runner on first, nobody out here. Second batter of the game, Priya Wolf into the box. She's going to offer at a bunt attempt.
Tell you what, this crowd is very loud here this afternoon, John, coming right through our ears here in the headsets.
Oh yeah, especially because we got that field mic, so it's coming from the dugouts especially, and that's what you see in softball a lot, is that soft dugout chatter. No balls, 1 strike in there though for a ball. 1-1. Runner on first is Lang. Wolf gets the sign. 1-1 the count. Runner on first. Nobody out yet. Down low. That's good past the catcher there, and that's going to move the runner over to second base.
Looked like Lang was already taken off, John, even if that pitch wasn't in the dirt.
And trying to make the catcher work, make the pitcher work here. 2 balls and a strike. Lang in scoring position in second base. And the pitch. A offers at it, evens the count now 2-2.
I like the idea here by Eden Prairie. The possible bunt, but now 2 strikes. Looking for a swing here.
2 balls, 2 strikes. Lang takes the little side stride at second, and it's over for a ball. Maybe a little high there.
Yeah, close pitch. Really close pitch.
Brings the count full 3-2 now. Little second batter wolf for the Eagles. Leadoff hitter Lang at first, or at second now, and the pitch. Ground ball right there. Osvik over, gets the ground out, and that'll be the first out. A 1-3 putout.
Well, if you're Wolf, you have to be happy that you at least advanced the runner over into third base there, and so now just the 1 out and a chance to bring in that run from third base here. See what Piper Lang can do.
Piper Lang, the shortstop, runner in scoring position definitely now at third base with 1 out. Osvik struggling a little bit to get things going. There's a ball in the dirt. It's the sign. Lang at third. And the pitch. Down low in the dirt. Runner comes home. Play at the plate will not happen, and Eden Prairie strikes first.
Good base running again by Anika Lang, and balls in the dirt have been a problem early here for Edina, and so allows that runner to come home and score with ease. 1-0.
Lang easily walks in. That's the one thing you're going to want to watch is those low pitches. You got to get that up if you're Osvik to try to get some of these EP's batters swinging. Ball over there for a strike called.
Much needed strike. Don't want to fall behind 3-0 in the count with a good hitter like Piper Lang at the plate.
2 balls and a strike, 1 out, nobody on. 1-0 Eden Prairie. There's a foul ball into the practice going on over there on field 2.
And Lang made pretty good contact with that pitch too, John. Just needs to straighten it out a little bit.
2-2. 1 out, nobody on. Lang. This is Piper Lang. Down low in the dirt for a ball. Full count now. Osvik comes set. Getting her pitch. Now she's going to rock back and forth, do the pitching motion. Ground ball right there, third baseman. And they'll get on.
Yeah, I don't know if you noticed, John, at that swing. It was a little bit of a delay in the swing there from Lang. She looked like she hesitated a little bit, but was still able to make contact, and as a result, she's on first base.
Wonder if she was trying to maybe go that way with the ball based on just how she was waiting so long, but it didn't really kind of checks. It almost looked like a check swing too.
It did, yeah. But hey, you know what? You get on first because of it, and now you've got another runner on base here after scoring your first batter of the game in Lang, and so both Langs have been able to get on base here in the early going.
And we'll see if Piper can follow her sister or cousin or whatever, Annika, and come around and score for Eden Prairie. That'll bring up the third baseman, Danny Fosdig, for the Eagles. And the pitch. And there, the runner goes to second, play there, and she is safe.
Good heads-up play there by Piper Lang, recognizing that that pitch was going in the dirt. And takes second because of it. Both the Langs have had very good base running IQ here in this first inning.
1 ball, no strikes. Runner on second is Lang again. This time it's Piper.
So you're taking her time in the circle, John, just trying to make sure she's got the right grip on the ball. This is the third out of the 4 batters that she's fallen behind 2-0. So this next pitch is going to be pivotal.
And the pitch. High, 3-0.
Well, she's not going to like the ball, but at least she was able to get that one upstairs a little bit instead of in the dirt. Positive sign for her.
And the pitch. There's a strike over. 3-1 now. This becomes an important pitch for Ovsek and the Hornets here.
Can't leave anything over the heart of the plate.
Then she's going to walk. I mean, I guess that's kind of a best case scenario there because now you set up a force at any of the infield bases.
Yeah, and if you leave anything over the heart of the plate too, that's where the damage can be done, and we've seen Lang with some speed already on the base pads.
Isaacson going to shell bunt, pull it back, misses low again. To the lefty, Ella Isaacson, the right fielder.
We'll see how she changes the approach here with a left-handed hitter up to the plate. Seen her miss outside on her first 2 pitches.
And the pitch. It's taken high for a ball. 3-0 again. Not quite the start you want.
No, not the start at all. She's had problems throwing strikes here. First few batters. A lot of time left, though, to turn it around.
And the pitch. And that's going to walk the bases loaded. It definitely makes eliminating a run, you know, a little easier of sorts because now you can go to literally any base and at least take the one out.
Yeah, you do have a force now at any base and 1 out, and of course ground ball, double play is in order potentially. So you just have to focus on getting out of this inning, John. And
Yep.
bases loaded. Still only 1 run in the inning despite the busy bases here in this first inning.
The left fielder, Alexa Mann, up here. See what she can do with the bases loaded and 1 out for the Eagles. We'll see Genevieve Ovsek her and her catcher have something planned here. Down low in the dirt again. Still can't seem to consistently get that ball up a little bit, and she's still spiking it.
And this is where, as a catcher, got to make sure you keep that ball in front of you with the bases loaded, and that run could come home to score if there's a wild pitch or a pass ball.
There's a pitch over for a strike there. Now that evens the count at 1-1.
Big comeback pitch there, John, to even the count. Don't want to fall behind. 2-0 like she has so many times already in this first.
1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out, bases loaded, and the pitch is high. Brings the count to 2-1 now.
Just like we talked about, force at any base here with 1 out, including home.
Doing 1 to pitch on the way, high for a ball. Now she's missing high. The last 2 were high.
This is a scenario too, John, where it may not be a bad idea to just take the walk instead of leaving anything over the part of the plate that would allow for a hit and drive in multiple runners.
Swing and a miss. Strike 2, just like that. Brings the count full.
That was a perfect pitch to throw in that situation. Got the batter to swing and miss. She hasn't done that a ton so far in this first inning, and so big pitch coming up.
And the pitch, 3-2, payoff pitch, high fly ball going out there. Center fielder Chayaki. Throws coming, no play at the plate. That's going to be 2 outs. That's the best case scenario for the Hornets right there. Is a ball in play with no runners advancing.
Well, great job out there by Prairie in center field to get that one in right away. Keep that runner at third. And so, yeah, you mentioned it, best case scenario. And now, again, that force still at any base, 2 outs.
Gabby Peta up here now with 2 outs, bases loaded still. 1 run across for Eden Prairie here, top half of the first inning, and the pitch inside and low for a ball.
Job again by the catcher Talon to keep it in front of her. She saved a couple runs at least so far.
One ball, no strikes to count, inside and low. 2-0 now again, falls behind.
Seen this a lot, John. 2-0 count. This third pitch has proven to be the most pivotal of all her pitches so far in these at-bats early on.
And pulls that one back 3-0 now. And the pitch. High, walks in a run.
Well, not ideal situation there, John, but if you're Edina have to look at the positives, and if they get a ball in play to the outfield, that could probably score 2 runs on a single, and so just all about trying to reset here, get ready for this next batter, which of course is Grace Street.
At the catcher, Grace Street, number 15 for Eden Prairie, up, and the pitch. Just missed high.
Four walks though, John, already in this first inning of play.
Yep, not the greatest starts, but she's maybe just got to refocus herself here in between innings. That ball's gonna be in for a ball. It's close to hitting her.
Very close. Thought it did at first.
So did I. That's why I hesitated on saying it was a ball. I was like, is it? Is it not? 2-0 to count, though. Bases loaded still, and there's a low ball for ball 3. And once again, man, it's 3-0 again.
You got to be really careful about how you throw this next pitch.
And it's over for a strike.
Well, that's the thing that Oswick has done really well, is being able to come back after being down in the count. Even though she's had 4 walks, those kind of pitches have been big for her in this first inning.
Bases loaded, 2 outs, 3-1 the count, and it's fouled off. She got a chunk of that one.
Yeah, she did. If it's a little bit straightened out, that is deep into the outfield. And that was a good swing. Just got to straighten it out a bit here.
There's the count full, 200-foot field here at Pamela Park. Full count payoff pitch on its way high for a ball, and that's going to walk in the run. And that's going to bring out the coach here to make a mound visit.
Well, I think at this point, you just got to reset again here, John. And 3 runs, not ideal for the first inning, but there's still a lot of game left. Edina hasn't even hit, so I think it's just about turning the page here and getting back on track. We've seen her throw some really good pitches so far today, so we'll see how she responds with this next batter.
And I mean, only being down 3, though, with all the bases loaded situations she's been in, all the walks she's given up, it's kind of like still kind of like best case scenario, only being down 3. She's had a few times where the ball's gone foul, but easily could have been in play to get some runs in. So only down 3, it's very much, I would still say, hey, don't worry about it.
Yeah, and you know, if a hit goes to the outfield, that probably is going to score 2, maybe all 3 runners on base. And so it certainly could be a lot worse than it is.
This is going to bring up Carrie Welter, the designated player. 2 out, bases loaded, and the pitch. Just missed for a ball.
Close pitch, but strike zone's been tight. Good eyes at the plate by Welter.
Ari Welter. Got to bring that one up, down a little bit. That was a little up. 2 balls, no strikes to count. There it's over for a strike.
It was a really good pitch right down the middle. And if you're in Prairie 2, taking a strike in this situation, make obviously work for that strike.
2 balls, 1 strike, 2 out, bases loaded, and the pitch. Swung on and missed. Strike 2.
Good off-speed stuff right there. And I haven't seen a ton of swing and misses from these Eden Prairie hitters, but obviously comes back with that. That's a good pitch right there.
2-2 and the pitch. Popped up. Osvik makes the catch, and that's going to end the side. And E. Prairie is going to start the next inning out with their leadoff hitter. For Eden Prairie, it's 3 runs, but they leave the bases loaded. And Osvik really got herself out of a jam there by only holding EUP to 3 runs.
Yeah, 3 runs, but no hits, John. All those runners either reached on a walk or had an error as well in that first inning, so no hits, but they still scratch across 3 runs.
All right, this is Edina softball. We'll be back here with the next half inning. All right, welcome back here to Pamela Park. And now we're going to see what response Edina has here as they're going to face off against Kari Welter on the mound here for the Eagles.
Yeah, we'll see what she has in the circle today. And you know, if you're Edina, you think, well, yeah, we gave up 3 runs, but it could have been a lot worse, John, as they brought all 9 hitters to the plate and a chance to start fresh here in this first inning.
And that's going to bring up Katie Olive. She's batting .571, 5 home runs, 18 RBIs, 36 hits for her, 6 doubles, 8 triples, and 5 home runs. She has a little pop at her bat.
I'd say those are pretty good numbers.
Swing and a miss there. She's showing you with that big swing to start the half inning off.
It's a good leadoff hitter, though, to have at the plate. You mentioned some of the offensive numbers that she's had. That batting average sky high so far this year.
Swung on there, 0-2 now the count. Pitch. There's another pitch down low. This time, though, it's the EP pitcher throwing it low.
You see with Walter, John, too, she's got a lot more speed than Opsic does, and that could be a good thing or a bad thing, but if you can control it, that's a good asset to have.
Ball inside there, 2-2. And you also look, too, the ball. Walter has a little bit more rotation on the ball, too, so.
Yes, she does, and that's another thing that can be a big best friend to a pitcher is that rotation.
Solid contact there. Fouled off, though.
Yeah, you could hear the pop on that thing pretty easily.
I think we would have been able to hear that even without that microphone right down there.
I agree.
Something we experimented with during baseball a couple times.
Whenever you get a foul ball like that too, John, with our mic in the fence, you're going to hear that big boom.
Oh, yeah. At least you know it's working then.
Yes. No kidding.
2 balls, 2 strikes, the count. Here comes the pitch. Outside for a ball.
This is what we saw from the Eden Prairie hitters in the first inning, making them work for the strikes. And now we're seeing it with Katie Olive making Walter work for her strikes.
Swing and a miss, and there's a strikeout. Game's first strikeout. It comes at the expense of the Hornets, so.
That's a good pitch right there from Walter, and talked about the speed that she's got on her pitches. Blew it right by Katie Olive, who's a really good hitter, like you mentioned, some of the statistics from her. But now Ava Carlson come up.
Ava Carlson batting .243. Solid contact there, kind of trailing on the right fielder, but she's able to chase it down and make the catch.
Great play out there by Isaacson. Tough to see with that sun out there and right, but was able to find it. A nice little grab out there for the second out. And quickly, there's 2 away.
Here's the pitcher, Genevieve Ovsik, batting .480, has 4 homers and 5 doubles on the year after 24 hits. And she's second on the team in RBIs with 17.
Yeah, they've got some really lethal hitters in the top half of this lineup, John. We're seeing them here in this first inning.
And the pitch. Fouled off, straight back here.
It's been about as good of a first inning, though, as you could ask for Eden Prairie. Ooh.
Just missed for a ball.
Yeah, that was close. I thought that was going to be strike 3, but if you're Oswick, you're going to say, all right, I got a gift here. I got to take advantage.
1 ball, 2 strikes, and the pitch down low in the dirt, 2-2.
Such a tough spot to be in, John, if you're a hitter. If you're down 0-2, got to protect, and Oswick has worked it even now.
Walter on the pitch. Here comes the pitch to Oswick. Swung on and missed. Strike 3, and that's going to retire the Hornets in order. All right, we're going to go to the end of 1, 3-0 Eden Prairie on top. This is Hornets softball. Again, Annika Lang again due up. She walked in the first and came around to score. And the pitch.
Heard that one pretty clearly, huh?
Yep. That's down for a ball. One ball, no strikes. Now the pitch. Osvik pitching. Had a little bit more rotation on it than a normal pitches there, though. 2 balls, no strikes to Lang, and the pitch.
Good comeback pitch right there from Osvik. She's fallen behind 2-0 quite a few times, John.
And it's not the start you want. Osvik the pitch. Brings it back even though to 2-2.
That's what good pitchers do, is they find a way to work themselves back in the counts. 2-2.
2 balls, 2 strikes, nobody on, nobody out yet. Leadoff hitter Lang, ground ball to shortstop. And it's an easy play there from Olive over to the first baseman Meyer. And for the first time, the leadoff hitter got retired for the Hornets pitching staff.
Yeah, they needed that badly to get themselves off to the right start here in this half inning. See how Wolf responds.
You know, one thing you're noticing here with when they're facing Wolf is they're trying to go inside a little bit more on her, take her hands away. Maybe she's damaged, hit pretty well against them last time they played, or maybe that's just strategy, or maybe she's just misfiring.
Yeah, we'll see how the rest of this at-bat plays out. But that, I noticed that as well during the first at-bat. She came up to the plate.
She has a little bit more open stance, too, so she's kind of right on top of the plate. And the pitch. It's outside for a ball. 3-0 again.
With that open stance, too, you tend to draw more balls instead of strikes. And she's got a nice count in her favor here, 3-0.
Just a bit outside on that one.
I think the ball just slipped out of her hands there, John. And so another walk for her, but double plays in order here with one away. Could get him out of the inning.
This is Piper Lang. He reached on an error in the first. There's a strike over.
She's had trouble throwing that first pitch strike, but if she can get ahead, that is a good sign for her.
No balls in a strike here. 1 out, 1 on. Runner is Wolf, and the pitch. Wolf takes off. Throw at second. And she's safe.
That was good awareness there by Wolf, and was able to beat the throw pretty easily. Good base running from her.
1 ball, 1 strike. Now Wolf in scoring position in second base. 1 out. And Piper Lang up the bat and the pitch. Just foul there.
Well, that was close, wasn't it? Right
Yep.
near the line, and obviously if that gets down, Wolf is going to be coming in to score pretty easily. So Edina catches a nice little break there.
And this is the first time she's been ahead after 3 pitches in the count, I believe, and she hits her though.
Well, you just mentioned how she was able to get ahead of the hitters and then loses Lang there on the hit by pitch. That's a tough break for Edina, no doubt.
And Fosdick up. She walked back in the first inning. Bats here, top half of the second, and the pitch. Over for a strike. Kind of a little bit of a delay there.
Yeah, a little bit, but I think Osvik will take that. as long as she gets the strike in the end.
Strike two ahead 0-2 now.
Might be the first time she's gotten ahead 0-2 this game. Good spot to be in if you're a pitcher.
Yes. Yeah. Because then you have a pitch that you can waste. And the pitch. Grounded foul, though.
Yeah, you got to protect the plate in a situation like this, and Fosdick does so right there. See if maybe Osvik will try and go with something either up high or out of the zone here to try and get her to chase.
And the pitch. That's high.
Both runners advancing there, John, on that wild pitch.
I'm guessing that's a wild pitch. Not unless your catcher's Yao Ming is the catcher able to get that ball. Swing and a miss, and there's our first strikeout.
Much needed strikeout there, John, and how you mentioned it, her first of the game. Took her about until the second half of this second time up, but a good sign for things moving forward.
That'll bring up Ella Isaacson now, and the pitch high there for a ball.
We saw Isaacson walk her first time up, John, and with her being a left-handed hitter, different from most of the Eden Prairie lineup, takes an adjustment from Osvik, one that she was not able to make her first time up.
Able to get it there, though, for a strike.
Big pitch here, 1-1. Got to find something in the zone.
Outside for a ball.
Two runners in scoring position with two gone, so a hit into the outfield could drive in a couple runs.
Pop up, shortstop ranging over, that's going to do it, and Edina holds Eden Prairie off the scoreboard. All right, 3-0 after 2.5, or 1.5. Correct, check that, 1.5. This is Hornet softball. All right, this is going to start this half inning. It's going to bring up Bella Miller. Miller, another one of those decent stat numbers, 358, 19 hits, 4 doubles, 2 homers, and 17 RBIs for Miller.
She's been able to get on base quite a bit, like a lot of her Hornet teammates.
The one thing, too, is you wonder when you see such a discrepancy with the home run numbers is, are they getting them at home or are they getting them on the road?
And it, of course, varies depending on the field depth.
Yeah, ball pitcher over, makes the easy play there. 1-3 put out. Because 200 is one of the shortest fields I've seen Most of them are at least 210, 215. 222. 220s are most common though for high school fields.
Whoa.
Right at the
Might have
mic
been
there.
That might have been a direct hit.
Leah Perry there up to bat now. Barry Benning 254 with 8 RBIs.
Tell you what, though, Welter has done a really good job so far in the circle, throwing strikes, and got some pretty good velocity on these pitches as well.
Swung and a miss. Liv Perry's got 1 triple and her 15 hits. And rang her up on the inside corner. Bring up the catcher, Maria Thielen.
3rd strikeout already, John, for her. She has found a way to get ahead of these hitters, and I'm telling you, this has been a really good performance so far in the circle.
Fouled off. I mean, that's the one thing you're noticing too, is it's the 2nd inning, and Edina hasn't even batted around once, and Eden Prairie is already working on halfway through the order, 1.5 times through the order already, going into the start of the 3rd inning. And on P4 to end the inning, it's another 1-2-3 inning for the Hornets. 3-0 Eden Prairie after 2. This is Hornets softball. Back to Pamela Park and field numero uno, field number 1.
For those that don't speak Spanish.
No, it's going to be Alexa Mann, flyout victim to center field. That wasn't quite deep enough to try to advance the runner in the 1st inning when they had their kind of big output of the game so far. I mean, I can't imagine Ostic's missing by much on some of those pitches either, so it's just a matter of a half an inch or so that she's missing probably.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like these are way out of the zone or anything, but that one catches the zone, and that's just kind of how it is as a pitcher. Sometimes you just don't get those calls to go your way, and that's happened a few times to Ostic so far.
Just high for a ball. 2-1. It's not 2-0 and then a strike. It's at least she's able to get some strikes over earlier in the counts here now. And the pitch. Just foul brings the count back even to 2-2.
She has made solid contact a couple times now in her 2 plate appearances, and one where she flew out, made some pretty solid contact too. Just about straightening that swing out a bit.
the pitch. High for a ball, and you see the wind out there. It's blowing over to left field, so.
Well, at least it's not raining, because
Yes.
it was earlier this afternoon.
You almost wondered if this game was going to get played earlier today, but it cleaned up nicely. Missed for a ball, walks another one.
Weird thing is, John, too, is despite the fact that Prairie is winning this game 3-0, they still don't have a hit.
I know, it's interesting. And I mean, we looked at this, seeing her.
Call that a pass ball there.
Yep. Well, I mean, you look at her strikeout to walk ratio, and you would never guessed, based on what you're seeing here, you know, that this would be the issue.
No, and she's had a pretty good season up to this point, just has not been the day she's hoped for. There is a lot of time
Oh yeah,
left.
And you wonder how effective, even though it's late in the season for these players, how not having a whole season last year affected it.
Yeah, this softball is one of those sports, along with the other spring sports, that has had to wait the longest to get back on the field, of course, because of the pandemic. And obviously, I'm sure they're excited just to have any season at all at this point.
Well, yeah, and a lot of their club seasons probably got cut short too, with how late into the spring everything came back to being able to be used. Yeah, it's the first out. Ray Street now up, and she walked earlier in the game in the first.
There's good contact there from Gabby Pita, just right at the shortstop Olive.
Olive's made some good plays out there too, and at short. There's a ball low and in dirt.
We'll keep an eye on Alexa Mann over at second base. She's about halfway down that line. If that ball gets past, she is going to be taken off from third.
And a strike taken there. One ball, one strike, one out, one on. Runner on second is Mann, and the pitch.
The constant theme, though, that we have seen throughout the Eden Prairie lineup is patience at the plate. They're not swinging at anything in the dirt or outside. They've been waiting for a pitch that's hittable.
And there for a strike, yes they are. And you can really hear, nice part with the field mix is you can really hear the pop of the catcher's glove and the pitch hits it.
Yeah, it's nice to have technology like that.
Oh yeah. And you usually don't have to worry about any big league mishaps with the live hot field mic either in high school.
No, usually. She's worked this count full now. Big pitch coming up already with the runner on second here.
3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out, 1 on. Man won't be moving, other than the normal stuff, I would imagine. Swing and a miss, and there's a strikeout.
Second one of the game for Ovsik on the mound. Had one last inning as well after she did not get one in the first, but that's a big second out there. Keep that runner over at second.
And it's with the pitcher, Welter. She popped up to the pitcher in her last at-bat. And there's the strike, pitcher versus pitcher here.
It's a showdown right now.
Yeah, it is. Tori Welter at the plate. Ground ball up the middle. We'll see if they're going to send the runner. Throws coming home. Osvik cut that one off. I'm not sure why she didn't cut it off and throw it home right away. Instead, she decided to not throw it, and that gives an RBI single to the pitcher, Welter.
Yeah, that's a good point, John. If that ball goes straight to the catcher, I think that might have been enough to go out, but instead, Osvik decided to cut it off, maybe thinking that there wasn't enough juice on that ball on the throw from Prairie. But first hit of the game gives Eden Prairie another run, make it 4-0.
Stolen base there on a ball. You are seeing very aggressive base running too by Eden Prairie here. It's good to see.
It is good to see. Indeed, it looks like they called that first pitch a strike, actually. So 0-1 to
0-1.
Anika Lang.
Yeah, there's the pop-up. 1 run comes across, though, 4-0 Eden Prairie. This is Edina softball. To the box. Has no batting average yet. And a strike taken.
It's been a great performance in the circle from Welter so far. She has mowed down the Edina lineup through the first 2 innings. See how she responds with Meyer to the plate.
Yeah, EP's one batter in to already going third time through the rotation or through the lineup. And Edina is not even for their first time through yet. So that just shows you the kind of the pitching control and command that Welter's had out there today.
And she has been terrific. No other way to say it, and there's another strikeout for her.
That's 4 on the night for her. Osvik only has 2, I believe it is.
You would be correct.
Till Hardy up now. Swing and a miss.
I mean, no matter where these pitches have landed, she has found a way to induce swings from these Edina hitters, and she did it again right there already. 0-2.
0-2 for Hardy now to Welter. Welter ahead, 0-2 here with 1 out. And the pitch. And it's inside for a ball.
She's working quick too, John. Not wasting time. Getting right back in the circle and ready to go.
Yep, that's the one thing you're noticing with Osvik is she's taking a little bit of time in between each pitch. Two and 2 the count. And the pitch. Fouled off right back by us here. I would have had that one had he gone through the fence.
One of these days, that mic is going to come completely undone.
Yeah, awesome tape job we have.
Show it right there.
Ground ball. Plays over. That's going to be a nice play there by Fosdick at third.
That's about as good as you're going to get on a ground out. Fosdick, really good transfer from the glove to the hand.
And now this is, I believe this is number 16.
Yeah, Bujak.
It is Bujak. She's a lefty.
Yeah, we haven't seen a ton of lefties in either of these teams' orders so far today.
I think this is the first one for Edina.
I believe there's only one for Eden Prairie as well.
One ball, one strike, they count. And right there to Fosdick again, and that's going to retire this side. Another 1-2-3 inning for the Hornets. 4-0 Eden Prairie. This is Hornets softball. All right, start the fourth inning off. It's going to be Wolf. A walk and a ground out so far for Wolf on the day. Did end the inning at third base in the second. The one inning so far, Eden Prairie hasn't scored.
Yeah, and they had base runners on too. They just couldn't find a way to bring them home like they did in the first inning.
And there's a first pitch strike again. It's like it's got to be only her second or third so far, period, for Osifik in this game. There's a ball. Yeah, I'm not keeping track of that, but she's only had to have like 3 first pitch strikes at the most.
Yeah, it's something that she struggled with, but a lot of time to turn that around. And again, if you're Edina, you look at that 4-0 and think, hey, it could be much worse with the amount of base runners that Eden Prairie's had.
That's coming right back for us. Hit off the kind of curved.
I saw you getting ready to catch that.
Oh yeah. I should have ran out to my car and brought my softball glove. I would have caught that thing. And there's a ball. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Another ball.
That's what we've seen, though.
Yep.
The entire game is the Eden Prairie lineup is going to make you work for those strikes.
Ground ball that's going to get through for a base hit. Rhea Wolf with a base hit.
Just the second hit of the game, too, for Eden Prairie.
Piper Lang.
Piper Lang. In the pitch. Down low for a ball.
She's reached base twice already on an error and a hit by pitch. Came around to score the first time as well.
She's 0 for 1 on the night. Officially in the book. And so that goes down in the book. She's 0 for 1 with that error. One ball, one strike. Wolf at first with nobody out. And the pitch. And that ball gets by the catcher.
Looked like Wolf was going anyway,
Yep.
so I would call that a stolen base.
Yep. And then she got about halfway to third base too on that, and then she decided not to go.
She had a stolen base as well her last time up. Good speed to have there for Eden Prairie.
Pitch fouled off. It's got to be that slow, like Ethos style pitch. So you're just a little slow pitch because you can see she just missed that one with that change of speed.
She was waiting on it, but just got a piece of it to stay alive.
And the runner advances there.
That's the thing, is when you have a runner like Wolf, even if that ball gets away by just a couple of inches, she's going to find a way to advance.
Full count payoff pitch, running around third, nobody out yet in the pitch. High fly ball. Center fielder coming on. We'll see. Are they going to test her? They won't test her. Would like to see that battle there with Wolf's speed against Perry's arm.
Yeah, that's a good play out there by Perry. Had to cover quite a bit of ground to make that play. Saves a run, and that's the second run that she saved. Had a one go up to her in the first inning that kept a run from scoring.
And a nice bunt play there, and it works, and Eden Prairie crosses the plate again.
A really good job at the plate by Fosdick to get that bunt single in the RBI. And so Eden Prairie extending their lead here to 5-0.
And that'll bring up Ella Isaacson, the lone lefty in the lineup for Eden Prairie. One out, one on, and the pitch, and one in so far, and there is a strike.
Good job by Hopsick to get ahead.
Hopsack here, ahead, no balls and a strike. One out, one on, and the pitch. There's a nice hit right out to right field. She's got an arm on her too, and she threw that one in pretty quickly.
Tell you what, they have found a way to hit the ball now, and only had one hit in the first 3 innings, and now they have 3 here in the 4th alone. So they're seeing the ball well at the plate. Obviously, Hopsick is happy they're not walks, but
and that's gonna be caught, and it will be caught by the shortstop. With 2 away now. Nice play out there by Katie Olive.
Olive's been pretty busy too.
Oh yeah. Her and Perry have both been pretty busy and all over the field. 2 out, 1, 2 on. And this is going to be a PETA, and the pitch is missed for a ball.
PETA is actually every Eden Prairie player has reached base at least once, but PETA without a hit so far. Had a walk and also lined out.
Yep, Grace Street will be one of the older ones as a walk and a strikeout victim.
The good news, though, if you're Ovsick in the circle, John, is she has not had a walk since the start of the third inning. And she walked Alexa Mann, and since then she has gone, it looks like, 8 straight batters without a walk. That's a good sign moving forward.
Ah, nice play there. Hot corner play by Bella Miller. And that'll end the EP threat. They score 1, though, lead 5-0 now. This is Hornets softball. All right, here we go. Back to action here at Pamela Park. It's going to be Olive to lead things off for the Hornets.
Well, John, first time through the order, and it was perfection from Walter in the circle. And see if these hitters can make any adjustments the second time up. But I'll tell you what, that was impressive start, first 3 innings for her in the circle.
I mean, if you want to get someone to get things going, though, this is the batter to do it. There's a nice bunt play by Olive. She's 0 for 2 on the night, but she's batting .571, so she's one of the people that you can rely on.
Yeah, she is, and hasn't been the start for her that she's wanted, but really hasn't been the start for any of these Edina hitters.
Carlson coming in, batting .243, has 1 double and 9 hits.
Flew out to right her first time up.
Way to leave that pitch high for a ball. And that's one thing, too, that Edina really struggled with in the first time through was chasing pitches, and now they're laying off of them.
It seems like both for pitching and hitting, they've made some good adjustments after a rough first inning, I'd say.
And they have so far. See if they can get something going here with Ava Carlson with 1-1 the count. 1 out, nobody on, and the pitch misses high for a ball, brings it to count 2-1. Another foul ball there.
These Edina hitters, too, have been fighting pitches off. A lot of foul balls from them today. But it's hard when you've got a pitcher like Walter that just continues to throw heat right by you.
Inside for a ball, brings the count full, 3-2.
That is a tough pitch to lay off, but good eyes at the plate.
Especially with 2 strikes when you're trying to protect. And the pitch. Inside of first game's first walk for Walter.
Yeah, rare mistake there. And I think that maybe that last pitch that she threw for ball number 3 threw her off for a little bit. Maybe thinking that that should have been strike 3, but Walter now just has to move on and get a fresh start here with Ovsick at the plate.
Avsik takes that one down low for a ball. I mean, me and you, we're not used to being outside so much when we call stuff. We're used to being inside those hockey rinks.
That's right.
You know, we'll see what kind of season that has coming up. Nice solid contact, gets through and into the outfield. That'll help her cause out a little bit on the mound.
Yeah, that was a tough play to make, but I don't know, what would you say, single or an error there?
Single.
That's what I would say as well.
She was reaching to the backhand. Courtesy runner out there, Kenzie Cox for the pitcher. I mean, a couple of teams that we cover have made some coaching changes in the offseason with Eric Westra moving from Southwest Christian Ridgefield over to Holy Family Catholic, so I will see what kind of year that brings.
A team and program that you know very well.
Yanni Kolomainen last time, I know he's probably coaching somewhere. I just forgot where he was coaching this year. As well as Snuggerud, I'm not sure if he just retired or just left Chaska.
Yeah, some big programs making some coaching changes on the hockey side.
Touch is over. And doesn't quite get the play. Now runner's going to go to third. Good heads up base running by Edina there.
Very heads up, and fielder's choice will get Carlson out at third, but then as you mentioned, Avsik will move over to third. Big chance here though, runners at the corners.
Runners at the corners, 2 outs, 2 on in the pitch. Taken for a strike. Cox on third. 0-2 now. Cox on third, Bella Miller at first.
A good point about Cox at third, taking over, as you mentioned, for Avsik as a courtesy runner.
I still believe it. Runner's coming home, play at the plate. She is safe, and Edina Hornets are on the board. Good heads up base running.
Well, it looked like Streed was going to throw the ball to the pitcher, and then she hesitated and just decided to take it herself, John. And I think if she throws that ball to the pitcher, Walter, they get the out.
Oh yeah, I think she would have been out for sure. And a strikeout to end the inning, but Edina gets one. And it's now 5-1. This is Hornets softball. Osvik is now done on the mound after 4 innings. Miller comes on from third to pitch. Osvik goes over to first base, and Miller moves from first to third. And the pitch is high for a ball.
And we'll see if the pitching change helps Edina. Tough outing for Osvik. Wasn't a terrible outing by any means, but I'd say she pitched much better after that first inning. You take that away, and it's only a 2-1 game. So, just not the start she was hoping.
Not at all. Not, and there's a ball. I mean, we talked about it earlier in the broadcast, but so far, through 4, 8 runners left on base for EP. So that just shows you it could have been a lot worse.
Oh yeah, certainly they have had their chances in this game to really blow it open, but have not been able to do so.
Siri Doyle was headed up to Small Village on the base paths today. There's a hard hit right up the middle.
Good patience by Grace Street at the plate. And now we've got the leadoff hitter on base.
Is the pitcher, Kari Welter now. Face new pitcher. And a ball high. Face new pitcher Miller here, Bella Miller. Like we said, she moved from her corner infield spot at third to pitch. Osvik went from the mound to first, and then first base Meyer went from first to third.
All sorts of changes.
So the corners pretty much just changed positions essentially. Up the middle, still the same.
Oh, 5-1 game here in inning number 5, and we're moving along in this game, certainly, but this is a chance for Eden Prairie to get more base runners on. They've done a good job of doing so.
I mean, you notice, too, with Welter for Eden Prairie, she doesn't mess around out there, throwing 1 or 2 warm-up pitches, and she's ready to go.
Yeah, she is not messing around.
Ball taken high for the ball. It's now 2-0. Runner on first, nobody out yet. Second hitter of the inning and the pitch. Taken in there for a strike.
It's a good pitch. Needed that to prevent a 3-0 count.
High.
Right into our equipment bag. Boy, I should have made a play on that, John. I had a better angle than you did. Feels kind of like a missed opportunity now.
Error there.
Yeah, I get an error.
E10.
Credit E10.
And the pitch here is on its way.
I also didn't want it to hit the camera, your phone, or anything like that. Because if that hits your phone, I know you're not going to be very happy.
Yeah, I'd be making a phone call to a producer there and making him get a new phone. And a strike, throw down, not in time. Not a strike him out, throw him out, double play. But a strikeout nonetheless, stolen base on the record. Monica laying up here. 1 out now, runner in scoring position. Laying up. P6, 6-3 and a walk so far, so she's 0 for 2. And a strike taken.
Yeah, so far though, if we flip over for the 4th time for these hitters, every hitter has gotten on base at least once.
Tough play down. Are they going to send her? They're going to. Runner's going to be at second and third. Nice base running and base hitting there.
That's a situation, John. If there's 2 outs, Street scores, no problem. But because she didn't know if that one was going to fall or not, has to hold up at third.
Yep, and also you don't want to send her and take a run out off the board at home, especially too for the second out, let alone the first or third out. You never want to pull out at home that takes a run off the board in a game.
Certainly not, and I think holding her at third was the right call for sure.
Brings up the dangerous and speedy Wolf. Priya Wolf here having herself a pretty solid game.
As she has reached 2 out of her 3 times.
And I mean, you look at that. Look at that 1-3. Even then, that was still a decent contact on the ball too. So it's not like she's not missing contact.
No, she has been able to make really good contact. And you mentioned she can get on base. She's stolen a base twice today.
Won't be able to do that if she gets on base here, though. Unless everyone else is moving too.
Wouldn't surprise me.
But then you
Never
set
know.
up an easy play at the plate with the tag. As soon as she catches the ball, all she has to do is tag. Because they can't move until the catcher catches it.
I've learned to expect the unexpected. Never know what you're going to get at.
Oh, an illegal pitch.
Oh, I don't know if I've ever seen that before. I thought maybe catcher interference or what, but obviously that's not the case. And oh, okay, I see. It looks like she wasn't on the rubber properly.
Yeah, you gotta watch those steps too, those strides, because sometimes if they think that you're disengaged with both feet, so one foot always has to be in contact with the ground too. Sometimes that can cause it. But it now looked more like the rubber, like she wasn't fully on the rubber when she started her motions.
Yeah, really strange scenario. I don't know if I've ever seen that before,
but it's harder at the high school level to kind of challenge that like 2 feet off the ground when you don't have the pitching lane on the rubber like they do in college.
Yeah, it is something you don't see very often, and now you just kind of have to mentally reset yourself here.
If you have to remember what the umpire said too, just so you don't do it again. Here it is, over for a strike. Miller seems to be bringing a little bit more pace to it than Alsek was. Nice play. Goes to home to take the easy out.
Good play there, the old 5-2. And
the routine 5-2 that you practice every day.
That's right. And you could tell Meyer was thinking about maybe going to first, but then you could hear the dugout yelling, home, 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 to get that force out at home.
Danny Fosdick up. Singled and struck out and walked so far today. In the pitch. High. Third baseman over and makes the catch, and that'll retire the side. And guess what? Yet again, Matt, bases loaded for Eden Prairie.
Can't get anything home, though.
Nope, all right. It's 5-1. Eden Prairie on top. You are watching Hornet Softball. They're tying up here. And the pitch. Missed for a ball.
We'll see what Tyne can do here.
Yep, Tyne do up here with a ball on her already. 1-0, she's ahead in the count. And the pitch. High contact. And it's pouring out.
Good start to the inning for Eden Prairie. And Walter continues to stay out there in the circle.
I mean,
she has been very good.
No need to make any changes right now in terms of the EP pitching. And I mean, I don't really, I know it looks bad, Osvik giving up 5 runs, but I don't really think she was out of whack at all where you maybe didn't need to make a change either on her side because she was settling into that rhythm and then they took her out.
Yeah, that's certainly a little surprising to me, but I think their logic is at this point, want to hand it off to a fresh arm and try and keep the score where it's at.
Do that damage control.
Exactly.
1 ball, 1 strike, 5-1 the score right now. 1 out, nobody on. Second batter of the inning. Swing and a miss. That's going to retire her. I almost said retire the side, but it's only 2 batters.
Getting ahead of yourself there, John.
See if Hardy can keep this inning going. They're running out of time now. It's the 7-inning game. They only got 2 more innings to try to get something going here. The 6th and the 7th if they can't get anything going here in the 5th.
Yeah, you just seen Kari Walters just continue to dominate in the circle. I mean, this has been really impressive. Just 1 hit, and it ended up being a run. But you look at what she has done. It's just been about as good as you can ask for.
And it has 2. Ground ball. And there's going to be our Eden Prairie's first error, I believe, on the night. I don't think they had an error up until that point defensively either.
Yeah, I would call that an error as well. Just a little bobble there by Peta. Unfortunate break, but for Edina, you have to take advantage here. This is a Eden Prairie team that does not make a lot of mistakes, so.
Bujak up here. And the pitch. I was ready again.
Yeah, I don't think that's going to break the fence, but you never know. Better chance if that's a baseball instead of a softball, I'd say.
Yeah. Bunt. Runner goes. And safe.
That throw was there, John. It just went right through the glove of Gabby Peta. And it was a pretty good throw, I'd say, down to second. And
yeah, no balls and 2 strikes. And the pitch. Ooh. Strike her out. All right, that'll do it for the 5th. It's still 5-1 Eden Prairie. This is Hornet softball. as we are closing in here on the end of this one. And the one thing, too, if you're these EP coaches that you're talking to your team about is leaving runners on base. They've left 8, 10, 12.
That's a lot for 5 innings of softball.
And you look at the score, too. That coach could be like, hey, if we get a few more of those in, maybe we're on the bus home already.
Yeah.
We're not having to play a full game here if we just know how to hit with runners in scoring position.
Yeah, even though Eden Prairie's played a good game, there's a few things that could be worked on.
That's just over the outstretched glove there. That's going to fall down for a hit. I would call that a hit. I don't know if it touched her glove or not.
I would call that a hit as well. That was a tough play to make over there by Carlson at second. But Isaacson, second hit of the game for her. And right now she's the only player that has had 2 hits for Eden Prairie. Of course, hits is different than getting on base, which a lot of Eden Prairie, everybody in this lineup has done at least once.
Yep. And most of them did it back in the first. Not everyone, most of them, though.
See how Miller responds after that.
Came back there with the strike. 1 ball, 1 strike. Nobody out, 1 on. Runner is Isaacson. And the pitch. Nice play there. Give it to Ava Carlson. Give her a gold glove on the night.
Wow, what a play by Carlson there at second. Redeems herself after dropping. I don't know if I'd call it a drop, but not making the play.
Yep.
That last batter. And wow, what a catch. That's probably the best play we've seen so far this afternoon.
Heavy paid up. And the pitch. Just inside for a ball. But I mean, the one thing, too, that you will notice different if you've watched any of our baseball action is obviously for the safety of the players, due to the smaller field size, you'll see the on-deck batters go to the side where the batter is, not on the side that they would be hitting, like not the side of their bench.
Right, and I think it's interesting you brought that up because that very pitch was a very screamer of a foul ball.
Yeah.
And if you have an on-deck hitter standing over there, just like you were talking about, it could be very dangerous.
1 ball and 1 strike, and the pitch. Missed outside for a ball.
A couple of lineouts for PETA so far, and she has made some really solid contact. She's been up at the plate. Drew a walk also in the first inning.
She's picked on that left side of the infield. 6 in a L6 and an L5. And there it is again. Right over the third baseman. That is now Meyer. I almost said Miller. That's Meyer now at third.
Had some adjustments a couple innings ago.
Solid hit, too.
Yeah, we were just talking about the contact that she can make. Really good stuff there to get the second hit of the inning, and hits have started to pile on now a little bit here for Eden Prairie.
Ball taken there for Street. I believe it's her brother is on the baseball team. We saw them in action earlier in the week against Eden Prairie also. Here on the Edina Sports Hub.
And we'll see that a lot with various schools that we go to. The brothers on the same team, brother and sister on, of course, different teams, but it's a common theme here in the area.
And a ball there. And another thing, too, that we noticed, the last 2 games we've done here for baseball were Minnetonka and Eden Prairie. And there's Goldsworthy has a couple of his hockey guys, and Lee Smith had a couple of his hockey guys featuring on the baseball field. So multi-sport athletes too are huge in all these schools.
It's fun to see that too, because we're used to seeing them making big plays on the ice, and then went over to the baseball diamond or the softball field. It's fun to watch.
And that is a foul ball. And to bring the count full 3-2.
Well, this is a big pitch here, John. You've got 2 runners on with 1 away in the inning. This could be a make or break pitch right here. Edina needs to get out if they want to have a chance to come back.
Miller with the payoff pitch, 3-2, grounded foul.
These hitters, though, have found a way to make good contact with these pitches.
And the pitch. Swing and a miss. Throw down to third. Just under the tag.
That's a big strikeout right there, John. And almost was a double play, but you mentioned Ella Isaacson was just able to get out of that tag there at third.
They were a little slow putting that tag down too. Like they didn't react to the runner going right away.
We'll see what Kari Walter can do now, but this is again a pivotal spot in this game.
2 outs, 2 on, runners in scoring position at second and third. For Kari Walter, the pitcher for the Eagles.
1 hit for her on the day back in the 3rd inning.
She's 1 for 3 so far.
Also had a stolen base when she reached base.
And the pitch. And there's a strike. Two and 1 the count to Welter. 2 on, 2 out. And the pitch down low, 3-1. Miller falls behind again.
Well, if Walter finds a way to get on base, lineup flips over to the top, which has been really good for Eden Prairie.
And that's a high foul ball over here by the batting cages at Pamela Park. Nice 3-field setup here.
And nice little park for those that have never been out here before.
Also got just beyond the fences out there a nice turfed like football field. Another foul ball coming in right behind us. And they got another turf field. It's behind the scoreboard there. You can kind of see the goalposts out there in the distance for youth football or whatever other football they want to play out here. And the pitch. And a walk.
Tough pitch to miss on there. And now you've got the top of the order here for Eden Prairie with the bases loaded.
Very dangerous. Annika Lang up to bat. A walk, a ground out to the shortstop, a pop up to the shortstop, and a double so far on the night for Lang. And a strike. I've never been to this park before, so when I did the GPS, it took me to the parking lot on that side, so I had to drive all the way over.
Well, my GPS took me to the right spot, so that's good. How about the pitcher, though, Miller, John, getting ahead here 0-2 in a pivotal spot like this? That's extremely important.
Oh, yeah, especially bases loaded here towards the end of a game. Still not out of reach.
No, it's not.
It's only 5-1. So it's not out of reach by any means. And here comes the pitch by Miller. And popped up behind us here. Then going over behind us was the JV game or C-Squad game.
Tell you what, though, this is the dad's time to shine. Start making some foul ball catches here. I saw what looked like one of the parents not able to make the play there. E11.
Got to make it. And the pitch. Ground ball up the middle. Shortstop comes on. She drops it. Ishigi's play there. I don't think the run scored either.
No, it did not. I believe maybe interference on the base pads. We'll see.
Interference, maybe out of the box? I think it was interference, though. Regardless, it's the third out, and it's going to retire to the side and keep the score 5-1. This is Hornet softball. All right, Kitty Olive 0 for 2 on the night so far.
Top of the order here, too, John, to get us going in the 6th. Good spot to be in.
Missed for a ball. I mean, you look, too, there's a little bit of an argument there, but not very vocal with the umpire and the EP coach, just saying something about how expressing his opinion on that call.
Yeah, I didn't really see if there was an interference, but obviously those umpires are paying a little bit more attention than we are, and we trust that they made the correct call.
I mean, they would, outside of the coaches, they'd probably know more about the rules than we would.
Well, and that was a big break for Edina, too, because
as they rope that one down, fair ball, and a single to start it off by Olive.
What I was saying, though, John, is would have been that was a break for Edina, because if they don't call that, a run comes across the score and keeps the inning alive. So they will take that, and it's a good start to the inning, getting the leadoff hitter on.
Carlson 0 for 1 with a walk.
Stolen base there for Katie Olive.
Dennis trying to show you they're not going to go down without a fight.
No, they're not, and probably going to see some very aggressive base running as well from the Hornets here this next inning or two.
Well, it'd have to be this inning and next inning, because they don't have many more chances after, unless they got to tie it up to play an 8th. Otherwise, it ends at 7.
That's right.
So, 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 on, nobody out.
Keep an eye on Olive. She got a really big jump there from second base.
There she goes, throw down, and she's in there, another stolen base.
What I say, keep an eye on her, because she can do things like that.
That was close for sure.
Oh yeah, that was probably the closest play out of any of the stolen bases we've had in this game.
I was gonna say, if any play had any kind of deal for an argument, it would have been that play more than the interference play.
I would agree.
And a strike taken there.
Tell you what, though, it's not easy being an umpire. I was one for a few years, and it's a tough job. Not for everybody.
2 balls and 2 strikes. Olive at third after back-to-back stolen bases. Throw down and back off the line.
Well, keep an eye on Olive again, because she almost came home, and Carlson was ready to step out of the way at the plate if need be.
Yeah, and you look at Olive. She's a lot like Wolf, where you give her just an inch, not even maybe a half an inch, like Wolf on the drop ball. She's taking off and she's probably going to score.
Yep, and that's something that Welter's got to be aware of in the circle.
And a foul ball off. Right over here against the field 2 third base dugout. Those gunmetal jerseys, black pants for Eden Prairie. They lead this thing 5-1. And the pitch. Down low for a ball, and that walks and puts runners on the corner with nobody out.
Great start for Edina, and looks like we're going to have a little mound visit here, or a circle visit, I should say. See, we decided to get a pitching change here, just talking things over. We'll see what we get.
I would imagine they're just talking things over here. Genevieve, Shack.
Well, in this situation, too, you've got 2 runners on with nobody out. You've got a comfortable lead, but one swing of the bat could make things real interesting here. So it's just about finding your zone if you're in the circle and resetting. We have not seen a lot of walks from Welter. In fact, that is only her 2nd walk of the game.
Yep.
So you see what Genevieve Osvik can do here. This is a pivotal spot for her, and she has the game's only, or the one of 2 hits in the game for Edina.
And she has the game's only run
That's right.
for the Hornets. That's coming right up behind us here.
Tell you what, I was hoping that fan would make a catch there, but not been a great day for the fans from a fielding perspective.
No, yeah, she had it, but she didn't have it technically. It was Cox that ran for her that came around to score, but it counts for her.
That's right.
For a run scored. And the pitch, he's going to bunt, throw down to second. Runner comes home. Out at second, though, but a run scored.
Yeah,
defensive indifference there.
Yeah, Olive comes home to score, and we figured she was going to at some point, but you mentioned Ava Carlson is thrown out at second.
Yeah, so caught stealing and then a defensive indifference allowing the run to score. Because she didn't run right away. She waited for a little bit.
Yep.
And then they could have had a play at the plate, potentially.
It's a good heads-up base running, though, by Katie Olive.
And the pitch. And a good read there.
Just like that, there's 2 outs, though, John. And it's not what you want if you're the Hornets. Now it's going to be up to Bella Miller to try and keep this inning alive.
Yeah, Piper Lang there with a nice read. And it's just that's just how quick it can change for you in softball. 2 out, nobody on. 5-2 the score going into the bottom half of the 6th right now. And a ball taken there. Bella Miller, the pitcher, up. And the pitch. That's fouled off.
I like the decision to keep Welter in the circle here and ride it out. She's done a good job of responding after not the start to the inning that she was hoping for.
And the pitch. And I mean, that's the thing too, that you'll notice a big difference, and especially when you get to especially the college level, just there's like you can pitch 300 pitches in this, because believe it or not, that underhand motion is more of a natural motion for the arm.
Yeah, you do see that a lot at the college level. Is most teams will have just a handful of pitchers really that they go to, And it takes a lot to yank a pitcher out of the game.
Nice hit there. That's going to get down. And there's another base hit for Edina. Pinch hitter here, Katie Erickson. Looks like it's for Prairie.
So we'll see what Erickson does here, but this is a big spot to come in. A lot of pressure here on Erickson.
I mean, there is the high school, like the re-entry deal, so I mean any starter can re-enter, so we don't know if Erickson will be out there in the outfield or if they're going to bring Prairie back out into the outfield, or maybe Prairie's coming in to pitch or something too. You never know.
Yeah, who knows?
Erickson up, 2 outs, 1 on. Runner at first base is Miller, and the pitch. Swing and a miss there. Throw down to first, not in time. But it's a strike to start off. Another first pitch strike for Welter here, and she's been in control and dominant most of the night here for Eden Prairie. And another strike.
That's what she's done, John. You mentioned in control, and part of that has to do with the fact that she's been getting first pitch strikes, getting ahead of hitters 0-2, just like she is here.
No balls, 2 strikes, 2 out, 1 on, and the pitch. Missed outside for a ball.
Big opportunity here.
And the pitch. Popped up and nice catch.
Oh. Wow. How about that?
We're going to score that a pop-up 2-5. The catcher got a hand on it, so she's going to get an assist in my book. All right, top half of 7th coming up, 5-2. Eden Prairie with the lead. Miller's night is done after 2 innings. That's going to bring in Willett.
Well, we'll see what Willett brings to the table here. Just trying to keep the score right where it is at 5-2 and give her team a chance in the bottom of the 7th.
On a 1-1 count here. This is Wolf. And the pitch. That's through. Let's say a base hit on that one.
A second hit of the game for her, and we've Already seen her steal 2 bases as well. So that's something to keep an eye on over at first base.
Piper laying up to bat here. Mara Willett in the circle now for the Hornets. And the pitch. That's going to be down for a base hit.
Been a good start to the 7th inning for Eden Prairie.
Danny Fosdick up. She's got a hit. Walked, struck out, and popped up so far today, though. And that's down low for a ball.
Close pitch. Tough to lay off. A good eye from her. Fosdick was one of the runners that came around to score in the 1st inning, too.
A strike taken. The bunt. Nice bunt play at first. Runner comes home.
Score that a single and an error. Is that error allowed Eden Prairie to come home and score? But now, John, you have runners at the corners and nobody out.
Yep.
And 1 run already in.
6-2, and this brings in a lefty, Ella Isaacson. We'll see if they steal right away here. A strike taken there. I mean, I would.
I would too. I would think that that would be a good, smart move. We'll see.
Nice bunt. Only plays to go to first, and they got her.
Well, sacrifice work there. Drives in a run, and just like that, it's another run to extend the lead to 5.
7-2 now. They didn't make a change. They have Miller in. I was told the only sub was 25 Welter, but it's not. They'd have, obviously the JV game's done now, so.
You've been lied to, it sounds like.
Well, I think they said the other ones are over at the JV game. Well, obviously that game's done now, so they can come over and sit on the bench.
There you go. Yeah, Maya Miller, pinch hitter here for Eden Prairie. And Fosdick stands at second here after the sacrifice. I'm sorry, for Alexa Mann, excuse me.
Yep.
Not Ella Isaacson.
Isaacson had that nice sacrifice. And
Yes,
there's
she
a
did.
2-0.
Very good sacrifice.
And here comes the pitch at 2-0. And it's a strike. And the pitch. Solid contact. Right fielder moves over, makes the play, and that's going to be out number 2.
Good bounce back here after having 3 hits to start the inning. They've gotten the last 2 batters out.
All right, there's Annika Welter. She's batting for Peta.
See what she can do here. Back-to-back pinch hitters for Eden Prairie.
Two out, nobody on, and one on. Check that, one on and a strike there.
2 outs though here. If you're Edina, got to get out of this inning with just the 2 runs allowed, so that you have some sort of shot to come back in this game.
A ball taken there. And I mean, we keep talking about it too, Matt, but if you look 8, 10, 12, 14 runners left on base for EP, that's too many.
It is. And this game could, as you mentioned, be over by now if they would have taken advantage of that a little bit earlier in this game. Of course, the run rule would apply.
1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 on, runner at second, and the pitch high for a ball.
That one almost hit Welter there.
It was Fosdick at second. 2-2 now, the count, 2 outs, 1 runner on second. And the pitch. Thought about it, held up in time though.
Yeah, you could see her face. She was like, ooh, almost swung at that. Good eye to bring it to a full count.
Full count, 3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 on, 2 outs here, top half of the 7th. And here's the pitch by... And that's going to be through. Are they going to try center? They're going to center, and no good cutoff. They got the runner caught out there. No one's covering first, and she's back safely at first.
Wow. What a sequence of events there, huh?
Yeah, I mean, that happens.
Yeah, and when you don't have a player covering the base like that, then that'll happen. Strange sequence, but another run comes in to score, and the first 3 batters of the inning have all come across the score now, John.
No, number 20's into the game. I'm not sure who that is. He's street in to bat, though.
Gonna stand up for a minute. Let's just say we don't have the best seating arrangement here.
No. Right behind home plate here on the bleachers. But they're not like the baseball style bleachers where they have a backing to them. Good old metal bleachers.
Yeah, I'd like to have a word with the designer of this stadium. Oh. Good pop off the bat on that pitch, though, to Street.
I'd like to have a word with the designer of this complex and just be like, hey, that tree in the middle, cut that down and turn it, like, build it up and then build like a tree house thing like they have at North Mankato where you can just sit out there and see all 3 fields.
That would be pretty cool.
And then we could just do the games from in there.
There you go.
1-1, runner on first with 2 away, and the throwdown is safe.
This has turned into a lengthy game here too.
It's
We're
now
past the 2-hour mark.
It's now 8-2. 2 outs, runner on first, and the pitch, and that'll retire the side for Eden Prairie, and they have to leave another runner on base. Zavane in here.
Big at bat, need to get this rally started.
And a strike to start it off. It's a pinch hitter too.
That's right.
She's batting for Tyne, and the pitch.
Look out.
Another one where the pinch hitter thought about it.
We're cheering for you, Kari.
She thought about it just like the other girl did for Eden Prairie, but held up in time. And the pitch. Hey, it's over the fence, but not in the right direction to count.
Just got to straighten it out a bit.
So foul ball. It actually cleared two fences. It cleared the dugout fence and the fence to the field on the on field two, so it cleared two fences. Neither one of them count for anything though. And there's the ball high.
Well, they're sticking with Welter here to try and close things down, and I like the decision. She's pitched very well today.
She's earned the right to try to finish what she started. 2-2, nobody out, nobody on. Lead off of the inning and a strikeout.
Good start to the inning. That's exactly what you wanted if you're Welter.
Hello, Meyer up. One out now, and the pitch. It's down low for a ball.
Been a tough game for Meyer to this point. 2 strikeouts. Oh, look out.
That hitter. I mean, a tough game gets even tougher, in a way, I guess you could say.
I mean, she'll take it. Take one for the team, and now they'll hand it over.
Till Hardy up. Runner on first, now 1 out, 1 on. Hardy up, and the pitch. Taken in there for a strike.
Good first pitch strike right down the heart of the plate. Tough pitch to lay off, but want to make Welter work for those strikes here at this point of the game.
8-2 the score in favor of Eden Prairie, and the pitch. Take it in there for a strike, it's strike 2. Edina running out of strikes and outs here in this one. Got to make something happen. You got to make it happen now. And the pitch. That's fouled off. And that thud you hear is that field microphone.
It's picked up a lot of good sounds for us throughout the afternoon.
And the pitch. Swing and a miss. And that is now puts Edina down to their last out. Last chance for romance here. Jack trying to keep the rally sparked for Edina. Swing and a miss.
Way to attack the zone there by Welter, which is what she's done pretty much the whole game. And she has consistently found a way to get ahead of hitters just like that.
Down to her final 2 strikes here, or last out, and the pitch. That's going to be down for a base hit. And the runner's going to go to 3. Now they're going to try to send her home. Are they going to have a play or not? It's going to be a double for Jack. And it's now 8-3 in a 5-run game.
Well, how about that? They just don't go away. And I'm surprised they kept, or they sent the runner, Ella Meyer, but it paid off, and now you mentioned it's 8-3 here. I think we're going to see a pitching change right here.
And Welter's night is now officially done. After 6 2/3 solid, strong innings for Welter. I'm not sure who they're bringing in. I couldn't get the number as she was running out there.
7, it looks like.
I don't have a 7 on the.
Or maybe was there a 17?
Oh, it is 7, but we don't.
Oh, okay.
Remember, this was the ones that they told us they weren't going to get in because
Right.
they're over at the JV game.
Well, this game has been a marathon, so we could have probably played 2 JV games by now.
Seems to have a little bit of pace to her, though.
Yeah, the pitchers have been working hard to throw strikes and get ahead, and this game just doesn't want to end here, John.
Nope. They wanted to come down to what I said it would come down to.
I don't know if we're going to speak of that, but
I hope not, because that means we have a lot longer to play. Olive, somebody that can keep this thing going. She's one of the team leaders in batting, so we'll see if the big time spots, the prime time spots, if the big time players can step up here and keep this rally going for Edina. It's outside for a ball. You can really hear that glove popping now.
yes, you can. But you mentioned Olive at the plate. Very good hitter. Just a 1 hit.
1 hit tonight. Team leader about 600 batting average. And that's going to put it to 1-1. One ball, 1 strike. Runner on second. 1 run in so far for Edina here. And the pitch. Inside for a ball.
Well, we'll see if the decision to take out Walter was the correct one. Obviously, had a very good outing in the circle.
And the pitch. Nice hit, but foul.
Yeah, it was pretty clearly foul, but nice contact at the plate nonetheless.
And now Edina down to her last strike yet again. See if Olive can keep this rally going for the Hornets. Or can she shut this door down and pitch the final third of an inning for the Eagles? Inside for a ball, and it's full count now. 3 balls and 2 strikes to Olive.
You sure like to make things interesting, don't they?
Oh, yeah. Down to her final strike and final out here now is Edina. 3-2 pitch on its way, and that'll get down. Play at the plate, and they cut it off again, and it's 8-4.
Wow. This has been a nice little comeback effort here by Edina. And I was a little surprised they didn't make a throw to the plate because it looked like Bujak could have been out if they maybe made a throw.
Eva Carlson up. Yeah, I think they forgot how many outs there were.
I would agree.
And the runner goes. Stolen base there, and Edina's on the move again. And a strike called to Carlson to start. Runner on second, 2 outs, 8-4 now the score. And the pitch. And a strike taken. Down to their final strike again. Can Carlson come through, or will this be the end of the game? We'll see what happens here on an 0-2 pitch. And the pitch. Swing and a miss, and that's going to do it.
Wouldn't have mattered anyway. It was strike 3.
Strike 3, game over. Final score here from Pamela Park in Edina. The Eden Prairie Eagles 8 and the Edina Hornets 4 from Matt Harrington. This is John Sands saying good night, everybody.